Good day and welcome to the instructional video for our Renewal data collection tool. What I'll take you through today is the login process, just show you where to go to log in, what username and password to use, how that works. I'll show you how to open a questionnaire. I'll also show you how to navigate the questions and sections, etc. I'll show you how to actually complete the questions. I'll show you how to export, and these might be sections or the entire questionnaire, and I'll show you how to submit your questionnaire for approval. So to start off with, basically you'll receive an email with a website link. In this case it's eks.secure.force.com. Yours might be different. This email would contain that address, your username and password, a default password. Just going to log in to show you. Once you've logged in with your default password, the system would ask you to change your password to something that you can remember or is familiar with you, and you can use that password to log in the next time. So I've now logged in, and you can see the first page we've got here is an instruction page for all the questionnaires that I've got to complete. You can see at the bottom here I can choose entity, and if I click on that pick list, it gives me a whole list of businesses that I can complete information or the questionnaire for. I'm just going to go to the test entity to show you how to complete the questionnaire. You'll see that the system would start downloading this questionnaire. The reason for that is we've designed it in a way that it downloads the entire questionnaire. It might take a couple of minutes. You see this one's already completed. But the reason why we're doing that is in certain areas where the internet speed is not that fast or not that quick, it's better for the system to rather for you to wait a couple of minutes for it to download the entire questionnaire, and then when you navigate the system it's much easier and quicker to navigate through it. So if I look at the top here, you can see that this questionnaire is being completed by me. The collection status is in progress. I can see that the current entity is test. If I wanted to move to a different one, I could select that pick list and then select the other entity that I want to complete that for. Just depending on your security access and how it's been configured will show different entities in there. It might only be one, or it might be a couple that you need to complete the questionnaire for. Then there's some standard instructions for the questionnaire. This is just some items or instructions on how to complete it, what's required from you, who to get a hold of when you have questions, etc. And you'll be required to accept these instructions before you can move forward. So click on that checkbox and the system will load all of the information that you can complete. You can see it'll open up the first section there, which is general information. And if I click on company details, it opens up that subsection and gives me some specific instructions for that subsection. You can click on that section, then just underneath the instructions you'll find actions, and in here you can see this is where you could export this subsection to Excel, or you could refresh this entire section. If you wanted to start completing the section, you could click on this row underneath the columns here. That row might be empty if you haven't completed anything yet, but still click on that row and it will open up for you to complete that information. I'm just going to go to the property sections. Just got more information. Again, when I open the property main section, you can see some specific instructions for the property main section. If I go to number 2, the property information and values subsection, you can see again there's some subsection instructions specific to the property information and values subsection. It's also got some action buttons, the export to Excel and the refresh. You can also see it's got the columns format, and when I click on one of those, it would open up the information in there. Just if I move a little bit back, if I go back to the property details for a minute, I've got that one property there, but this property might not be active anymore, and I want to mark it as inactive. If I click on that property, you can see that I can then mark this this property as inactive if I needed to. I could also add some other properties. If I acquired new properties during the year, I can then add those properties in there required. I'm just going to cancel that and go back to the property information and values. I'm going to click on that again. It opens it up. And then in the first column here going down of the questions, you can see the first column shows you a little blue circle or bubble with a question mark inside of it. And if you hover over that, it gives you just a little bit of help information for that question. And in this case is the earth number, the municipality registered number for the property. If I move to the next column, it will show the prior information. In this case, we don't have any prior information, and we're completing this for the first time on the system, and we won't have any prior information in there. We complete this information in the new information column over here. The format of the questions might be a little drop-down list box, just some number fields, date fields, checkbox fields. Might be multiple select fields. If it's a multiple select fields, you can hold your control button down and select more than one answer in there if you wanted to. You can also get some text fields where you put some text information in, and then also some numeric fields where you can put some values in. Also, you can see there's the grayed out field like this one. These are calculated fields, and they are calculated on formulas based on other information. And if you wanted to see an update of that calculated field, you can scroll down to the bottom and just click on the save button, and it would save your information for this section, but it will also recalculate that calculated field for you to have a look at. In the system also, there are various sections that if you answer yes or no to, that it changes the information. So in this case, if I answer no, there's prevention of access. If I click on yes, the information is not, and I have to provide some section information in here. Also, required fields will have this little red star in front of it. Before you can carry on or save this section, you'll have to complete all of those required fields before you can move on. And then there's another column for the variance percentage. Basically, you could set the variance threshold, and it's usually 10, 15, or 20% or so. And if your values compared to the previous year exceed this threshold, you'll be required to fill in the comments field over here. And that's it on kind of navigating the questionnaire. Again, if you wanted to save this information, just click on save and then move on to the next section. We'd roll that up and you can see all the other subsections that we've got here. So I want to go into this mobile plant section, and you can see it doesn't have any rows in here, but I could add my individual mobile plant items one by one by completing this form and adding. Again, if I look at all the sections at the main sections, it'll show me which ones are completed, which ones have not started, and which ones are in progress. Once I've completed a main section, like we've just maybe done for property, there's a little checkbox over here that just asks you to confirm that you've completed all the questions in the section and subsections. Once you've completed all the sections and subsections, the submit for approval button will appear, and you'll be able to submit this questionnaire for approval. The approval structure is also customizable. So basically, this would send it for your division or for the subsidiary company to the correct approver for that level, and they can review it and approve it. They could also reject it. They can add some comments to why they've rejected your questionnaire. It would open up your questionnaire again for you to go in and make changes or amend those the changes requested, and you can submit it for approval again. that's all for completing the questionnaire. You might have some questions. If you do, please refer to the instructions section, and then your relevant user would be, support user would be listed in there for who you can get in contact with for some questions with regards to the system. If you want to log out, you click on the logout button at the top, but you can go into the questionnaire and out of the questionnaire. It would save that information and remember it, so you wouldn't have to complete the entire questionnaire in one go and then stop. You can just do it, do various sections at different times if you wanted to. Just save your information, log out, and come back to it later. And that's it. Thank you for watching the instructional video.